wield the ultimate power in the universe.
At last we will reveal ourselves.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of darkness.
Here it comes.
Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Welcome to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. If you haven't already done it, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you will be notified of all of our future episodes. Also, don't forget to press that like button. It helps get these videos in front of other Star Wars fans so they can get in on the outrageousness. So how's everyone doing today?
You're back, huh? I can read lips.
You're muted.
Gosh,
I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better now seeing that.
Son of
That
a
was
bitch.
awesome.
I
You went to cheer yourself on. And
was like, I'm home. And then I was like, oh, no, I'm muted. Yeah, nice.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good way to start the episode.
that was awesome. We were all silent. All you see Garrison is like,
I did on purpose. guys.
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
keep the vibe in.
Let's just play it off,
Oh,
right?
man. It's
What's
so
going
much
on,
easier
Chris?
to like.
What's going
get into
on?
it.
What's up, guys?
Body collection, Bodie collector. However you say it. I can't ever
Bodie
say it right.
collection.
Every time I see it, like, because every time I
don't
see
wanna
his
say
name
Bodie.
pop
I
up,
don't know why. It's just Bodie. It just sounds better. I don't know, Body.
well, every time I see his name pop up, like, because his profile picture is a picture of his wife in like makeup, right? And the makeup is like white, right? So it looks like a dead body. So it looks like he collects dead bodies, right? Like, and so it kind of scares me. I'm like, this guy's watching our show. Like, it's only a matter of time before one of our bodies is in his collection. Like, he's gonna kill us.
Hey, he doesn't really mean that. He doesn't really mean that. Oh, what the hell?
I told you.
Bodie is my real name. Hello, it's all good.
Oh, dang.
Hey, what happened to
Well, now I
CJ?
feel like a
CJ just
dumbass.
fell off the face of the planet.
Bodie just became part of the collection, or CJ just became part of the collection. He's back. There he is. Nope, he's out. There he is.
We both can't hit the button at the same time.
I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't work that way. So today we're going to be talking about some where we think that where Star Wars is going. You know, there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of things happening within the Star Wars collective franchise and universe, and we thought we would just go ahead on and discuss some of those issues and discuss where we personally think that Star Wars is headed in the thing. Actually, this was kind of Chris's idea, so Chris, thank you for the idea. It kind of sparked an idea of where we would think that the franchise would head in the future, and what do we think of like Andor. Plus, we're going to be doing a little bit of they put out a teaser trailer of the new Lego Star Wars summer vacation thing. We're going to play that on here, and then we're going to be taking a look at some of the ratings, because I think that has something to do with where the franchise is going as a whole. So, but before we get to that, Garrison, you got a Heartbreaker for us today?
I do. Okay, so I was watching the ObiWan series, that last episode, and like when she goes to like Owen's house, and Owen's trying to fight her, and I just realized like how hopeless it seems. So if you guys had to fight a Jedi, and like you don't have any force powers, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna prepare your little Home Alone against Jedi?
Oh, I've already thought about this because me and the woman watched that scene.
Really?
Yo, Emperor, not gonna lie, that's one tough bitch. That's a ride or die. I'd
Yeah,
take her any day.
seriously.
When
I
she
was like-
smacked Reva, I was like, deal.
I was like, what?
She don't
I was
care. You
all
don't mess
in.
with
I
her.
was like, you gotta run. Let's run away. We can't do this. But she was like, no, let's prepare. We're going Home Alone against this bitch.
Like when she moves the pot and grabs all the guns out of that safe hiding
Yeah.
hole, I was like,
I was like,
yo,
woo.
Baru's a ride or die. She don't
I was like, I
play.
see you.
Like she knows that this is her home. Same thing. I'd grab anything we have that we could do. and I'd put the
I
kid
ain't
off
gonna
into
lie.
a distance.
If I was going against a Jedi or a Sith and they were coming to my house, I'm gonna hide. Shit, I'm hiding. 'Cause I ain't got no force ability. I'm about to die. Like really, if you really watched that scene, Rebel would have killed both of them real fast. It would have
Yeah,
been
dude.
over and done with.
I don't know what
They
her
would have
deal was.
died really, really quickly. And you know, there's nothing you can do. You're gonna die. So the best thing for you to do is just hide. Very, very like I'm leaving. If I knew she's coming, we getting the hell out of there. I'm not gonna stay there and wait on her to come.
Get the speeder.
Jump in the speeder, grab the bots, grab all the droids. Let's get the hell out of here. Fuck this farm.
Hell no, I'm fighting.
We get the hell out of here because we're all gonna die. Where the hell is Kenobi at when we need him?
I keep telling him to go away. I kept telling him to go away. Now I fucking need him. I can't do this.
It's like, let's leave the farm. We don't need to farm for moisture anymore because I just pissed myself.
Yeah, I got plenty of moisture coming out.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude, because they went full out, like, literally, it's like Home Alone. Like, let's get it all prepared. And, like, I was like, no, get out. Like, run.
Well, and she's injured, so I mean, they saw that.
But even being injured, all she didn't like really use the force that much. She had a lightsaber. She was just batting the bolts away. You know, they good enough that they can bat the bolts back at you. First shot, boom, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
I was thinking about that, though, because, like, I was sitting there. I was like, well, if Owen comes out and, like, fires at her and gets her attention, Baru can probably get behind somehow.
Yeah.
They got the force. The force is telling them that shit's about to happen. You know, it's like the spider sense, the force sense. You know that the blaster bolt's coming. They're not getting. That's why I could never understand about Order 66. It's like, dude, you knew the shit was coming. Like most of the Jedi turned around and shit, and then they just got shot down. Like they blocked one bolt. Like, what the hell? But Kenobi can block 30 bolts in a hallway where you got nowhere to run or anything. Like, couldn't do a force flip out of the way or some shit. It was just.
I think
that
what
was
I've
one of the
learned,
things that always bothered me.
I think what I've learned from Star Wars is that, like, the main characters that we see, like Kenobi, Anakin, like Mace Windu, are just like peak amazing Jedi, and regular Jedi are just chumps.
Or something. I don't know.
They put half those guys on the council to make them feel better about themselves. That's what they did. It was a guilt trip.
Like, these guys have been working here a long time. Yeah, sure, let them be part of the
Just
council.
let him have a chair. Like Yoda's like, suck you do, but pity we also do.
Yeah, you just like I'd want like if it was up to me and I knew she was coming like a few days in advance type shit. I'm gonna get me one of them Gatling gun blasters that the clone troopers have, and I'm just going half until she gets me. Because other than that, I'm running because I'm gonna die.
What I thought, like, dude, why not get a shotgun? Because they can't block all the BBs out. You know what I mean? Like, stop with the lasers. Get an actual shotgun because they can't block all those BBs with that.
Get a slug thrower. Get a Mandalorian slug thrower. That'll take them out. Yeah. There's.
Hire Chewie. Chewie would
I'm
be a
running.
fun fight to watch.
I ain't lying. I'm running. If I know
Yeah, I'm
she's
not gonna try.
Especially the way she put the lightsaber up against my face in episode 2. I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hell away. The crazy bitch is coming after me. Oh, I got to go. It's time to go, Baru. Pack the shit. Let's get the hell out of here.
This
Grab
bitch is
Luke.
mentally unstable. Let's
Leave
get out of
Luke
here.
Shit. She only after him anyway.
Leave Luke here.
She ain't
Fuck
after
him.
us. We ain't going there.
We can adopt another. We can adopt another. Leave him here.
Sooner or later, you're getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying? We just keep on trying. Somebody getting pregnant here.
He's not
a
even
billion-
son
there's a-
anyways.
There isn't no more abortions allowed in the galaxy, so you know what I'm saying. We can have a baby. You know, the Emperor overturned Wade versus Roe, so you know, hey, it's we can go out like that.
We got our own.
I don't know. I'm trying to get away. That would be my ultimate goal. I'm trying to get the hell. I'm running because, like, dude, just like knowing what they can do. Like, no, hell no. I'm getting the hell away.
Hell no.
Like, dude, this is not no average person. This is somebody that can use the force and knows how to use the force. We're not gonna survive this. We're gonna die. So,
Seriously.
we're running. Like, as soon as I know that a force ability bounty hunter, Mandalorian, Jedi, Sith, anybody that can use the Force, I'm on the run. I'm getting the hell away. If I ain't got the Force, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm getting the hell away.
Yeah. I
I'm
was
going
just
to
thinking
some-
about that when I saw that scene. How like, oh my gosh, this seems hopeless, and like how he tried to fight with that big metal pole, and I was like, the lightsaber will cut through that. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, your mic is just
Your
like,
mic.
your mic is just freaking. All we heard was get away. It was terrible. Now we can't hear you at all. Now you're muted.
Now you're not nothing.
How's this? Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Golly,
Got to be in your
flipping-
connection somewhere or something.
No, I think it's because like I have to set my mic down on like on the table because I don't have the stand. The stand broke, and so I need to order a new one. And now that I'm home, I can order it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Anyways.
know. It sounds like horrid garbage when you talk. It sounds like, you know.
Is
what
it
you
better
want
now?
the shit to sound like. Yeah, it's better now. But it sounds like
Okay.
what you want it to sound like when you want to get off the phone with somebody. Like, I can't hear you.
It's basically what I would be sounding like if I actually tried to fight a Jedi. DMV quality mic. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Wow, that is an insult to a whole nother level.
Okay, so let's start off. Okay, let's start off with the new trailer. Y'all want to start off with the new trailer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Let's do it.
'Cause I thought the trailer was kind of cool. Let's
Is
see.
the Lego?
Yeah, it's Lego. It's the Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation official trailer.
Summer
Let's start.
vacation.
Let's share video file. Okay.
Okay. This is it, everyone. We're here to have some fun!
Strap in, baby.
No stormtroopers, no TIE fighters, no threat of annihilation.
Dum bum bum dum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Best
Okay, wait a minute. Why does Darth Vader have on a fucking one of those shirts?
Yeah. Why is he wearing a tank top? He's not getting his hand.
And why is the
It's the Death Star tank top.
Why is the Emperor just like freaking like just look so happy to be there? Like, dude, we're really at the beach. Why are we at the beach? We're supposed to be conquering the galaxy, not at the beach. Oh, this is great.
ba-dum. Best vacation ever.
Summer's about to end, and we're all about to go our separate ways.
It's a vacation. Relax.
Hello there,
Who are you?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What is in this?
Real shit. Been there.
That's good.
I
What
want
is
whatever them drinks are.
What is that drink for you, Kyle? What do you have to drink to be seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi?
It probably has to have some MDMA, some shrooms, some LSD or something in there to start seeing Force ghosts.
Yeah, bro, that is some strong shiz.
When is this coming out? Does anybody know when this is actually coming out? I want to see this now. This looks like
This
it's
I
summer.
have to.
I think.
It said this summer, you know.
It
I mean,
says
we
this
stopped
summer,
right
but
there.
summer.
I
I'm
think
assuming
it's
sometime
coming out
next
this
when
month.
it's coming out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this summer.
I think sometime next month. I would assume they wouldn't drop it going into August or September. So
I don't know. I want to see it though. This seems like.
Out in the sun now. Come on out and have fun.
We are on holiday. It's not that kind of holiday.
So far.
Rubbity. And don't forget my shirt.
Oh, ew! That is not something you want to see. Far out. That guy's already.
Vader's putting suntan lotion on it.
Do it. Yeah. He's like,
Oh,
I really don't want to put suntan lotion on you. Do it.
just do it.
Have you ever heard
Oh,
the
God.
tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He didn't wear sunscreen last beach day.
Oh God. Oh.
They really burn. One never knows how long a moment will last. You must learn to enjoy yourself.
What do you know about vacations?
His look.
I went on a 20-year vacation while I was hiding from everybody.
vacation.
I was hiding, for 20 years.
He's like, bitch, after Order 66, I lived on a beach for like 20 years. Beach minus the ocean, though. So just sand.
Yeah, there ain't no
everywhere.
ocean. It was just.
I built a lot of sand castles.
I buried a lot of lightsabers.
Go Jabba! Go Jabba!
Oh, ew.
The trip isn't about the destination. It's about the journey.
Okay, who was that? Like,
The
who
one
was
with the
that?
lightsaber?
Yeah.
That's Obi-Wan. That's young Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones.
Wait, what?
Are you sure?
Yeah,
That guy?
yeah, that's Obi-Wan.
Are you
I
sure?
don't know.
Yes.
Look, he's almost got like dreads on top if you look really close.
It's Lego.
It's about the journey.
Maybe that was maybe that's Boss.
We
No.
got like time.
And that's why they were naming him in the series. so he could
Obi-Wan's a
come out in
ghost
the-
already. They're just like
Yeah,
flipping
he's a
timelines.
ghost. He's in the thing. He's a
That
ghost.
they know of, that was him saying "Go Jabba" up on there on the mic.
Was
Are you
it?
sure?
Yes,
Let's go. back.
Jabba's dead.
Let's go back. Oh yeah, Jabba is dead. Well,
Yeah, so these gotta be flashbacks.
It's about the journey.
Go, go, go!
Who will be declared rulers of the beach?
Ruler?
Everybody limbo!
Who's next?
Try not to lose a hand. It's kind of a thing in our family.
August 5th.
It's a
I'm not saying it.
It's a snack!
Oh, I get it. I get it. Just rap!
August
Okay.
5th, it
It's
said.
a snack.
August 5th. Damn, that's
Yep.
a long time. I want to see that.
It makes no sense to have a summer movie at the end of summer.
If I was way more talented, I would make my own. I'm just not that talented.
That looks like a show that would be really fun to watch if you were like
Yeah, it did.
drinking what Finn was drinking. Or high.
Yeah. I would make one called Hello There. It would be the entire series of just Obi-Wan Kenobi saying hello there, since we only got it at the very end of the day.
I'm not getting past that. They lined his ass up 4 times before that. And then they just randomly throw it in there.
Hello
I'll
there.
take it out, Mark.
Part of me half expected for like Luke to grow like 2 extra arms and ignite lightsabers.
He just got extra arms. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about the future, or where we think the future of Star Wars is headed. And we kind of got to do a little recap of what's going on within the franchise right now. So animated series wise, I think through the animated series that has really helped keep the Star Wars franchise alive, because the TV series, other than The Mandalorian, have not done the best at portraying some of our fan favorite characters. And I don't know if it's because they're just trying to get rid of, get rid of
They're
our fan
purposely doing
favorites.
bad. They're like forget about
they're
these
trying
people.
to make them, yeah, and they're trying to make them bad so we can be more of the characters that they're creating and the
geez.
stuff that they're creating. Hey, you never know. Disney, this
That
is a cruel.
That is a very cruel view.
That's a
Like, all these
Hey,
characters that you love that make you like Star Wars? Yeah, fuck them. We're going to completely ruin them so you forget about them and like the characters that we have.
God, I think you'd be better off with your just earphone microphone. Your microphone is sounding like.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, it sounded
Yes.
terrible. It is. It sounded very.
Ow!
Yeah, that.
Sorry.
That
Is
was
this
great.
better?
Not really.
Fuck,
Like
dude.
bang it on the table or something. I don't know.
Don't do that.
I put it on mute first.
So Let's go through right quick. I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna go through just some of the Rotten Tomatoes that we're seeing within the last couple of series. So let's see on our slides. Which one do I want? No, I don't have an extra camera. Share screen. Let's go to Chrome tabs. All right, we'll start here. All right, so looking at The Mandalorian, and this is Disney's project because Disney is the actual creator of The Mandalorian. There wasn't no Mandalorian before that. They have an average audience score of 91%, which is crazy. Like 91%.
It was good.
I know The Mandalorian is good.
It was good.
But 91%, that's kind of high to me. But I'd give it in the 80s. But
Yeah,
91,
I agree.
But that's the average audience score. So the audience, that's Star Wars fans that are doing that. Let's see if I click over here if it'll change. Did it change to Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No.
Nope, it didn't. All right, hold on.
No, it's still Mandalorian. Obi-Wan Kenobi was like 60 something.
So, let's see. I don't know why it's not here. Let me just share screen. Stop sharing, and I'm just gonna share the screen and pull them up one by one. Share screen, share screen. Oh, that's gonna be weird and trippy. How can I do this? Why is it not letting me do this? Okay, well, I'll just do it like this. So here we have the, oh, now I'm still back on The Mandalorian. What the hell? I clicked on another one. Okay, why is it?
Which the thing is, you have to take like the tomato meter with a grain of salt because like the audience score is the percentage of people who rate it above a 3.5. So it has to be above a 3.5. Like someone has to rate it above 3.5.
If you look through, like, so basically Obi-Wan Kenobi is a 63 audience score rating.
Right.
And
so
then
63%
the Book of Boba Fett
of
is 57.
people who saw it. Yeah.
But if you go into like the actual like rating, like if you go down, like there's so many 1 stars. Like in like holy shit. And in the Book of Boba Fett, there's so many 1 stars.
Yeah.
So that's what gave me, when I was looking at this, that's what gave me the idea of like, okay, why the hell is like Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett? They were good, but the story just was lacking so much. But then you go to The Mandalorian, and it's like, dude, this story is like great. You know, like it actually has a story. And it just made me think, okay, why would they take 2 fan favorite characters? Me personally, they could have left Boba Fett in the Sarlacc pit. I think that was a perfect place for him to go. It left him in a great place for the overall who he was. It gave us, you know, we knew that he fell in, he's dead. You know, Luke Skywalker took him out. It wasn't look like he was took out by some just sorry ass person. His story ending there was perfectly fine.
Dude, yeah. Even Tamara Morrison in an interview said we need the old Boba back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it just they ruined his character by making him this nice guy. You know, he's not a nice guy. That's not who Boba Fett is. He's not this good brand guy.
I was playing Battlefront the other day. And seeing Boba Fett on the bad guys team, I was like, wait, what? Like that's how much the show really screwed it up. Like Boba Fett became a good guy. He's not a good guy.
And now, you know, I know if you go back to the Mandalorian Wars books, and he never turns into a good guy, but he gets more of a kind-hearted thing. He becomes the Mandalore, you know, and you know he's pursuing, you know, he doesn't really want the job, but at the same time he knows he's kind of stuck with it, and he finds out about his daughter and, you know, different things that, you know, kind of push, you know, for that better character. But he never really turns into a good guy. You know, he's never like, oh, I'm a good guy type guy. I'll still kill you in a heartbeat. And they didn't really show that too much within the the series. They kind of just transformed him into a good guy real quick and made him, you know, now he's this crime lord that cares about the town. Didn't really fit. Then they took Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it wasn't even about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Most of the series was about Leia and Reva, and it just kind of left like this weird dysfunctional feeling within you. It didn't give you the nostalgia that you wanted from that character. But then you look at The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was done excellently. Yeah, they have some filler episodes, but it was done excellently through the whole first 2 series or seasons. Now we might go into season 3 and it just might suck. But until we get to that point, the first 2 seasons were good. And that's what kind of brought me into this idea of when I was looking at all this stuff, and I'm looking at it in the overall. It's like, dude, why are you trying? It just really seems like to me that Disney is trying to destroy the old Star Wars and push their new Star Wars collection, their brand of their Star Wars, instead of, you know, really looking at what the fans truly want.
I would agree. I don't know if they're. I would agree to a certain aspect. I don't think they're trying to ruin our characters. I think they're trying to take the characters that we know and we love and put them in the Disney brand of Star Wars. So they're changing the characters that we know into their brand of Star Wars, and I think that's what's causing a lot of problems. I also think it's where they're starting off with the characters. With Mandalorian, they started off like, here's a good idea for a story. Now let's create characters and create a story with this. Meanwhile, with Obi-Wan and with Boba Fett, they're like, hey, people like these characters. Let's try to bring these characters back and write a story with these characters for our brand of Star Wars. And it changes fundamentally who those characters are and how we viewed those characters. So instead of like Obi-Wan, instead of that prequel Obi-Wan that we all knew, it was, hey, here's a Disney version of Obi-Wan. So it's almost a completely different character. So that's why we didn't get that same feeling back. And that's why the story fell flat, because they didn't start with, here's a good idea for a story. It was, hey, let's bring Obi-Wan back and I guess write a story so that we can bring him back. So it wasn't starting off as, hey, here's a really good story that we need to show to people. It was, we need to make money off of Obi-Wan. Let's try to just make a story that's good enough. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think, you know, I really think that they need to focus on their writers. You know, these writers, are they real Star Wars fans? And are they writing stuff that is, like, I have this thing that, like, Disney is trying to give Star Wars fans what they think they want instead of what we truly want. Like, because I don't know about everybody else, but I know just from looking at the polls and stuff like that, like the #1 movie that Star Wars fans want to be made is Revan. But they're not even talking about doing a Revan. They're talking about doing sequel trilogy stuff. And, you know, it's like, dude, what does that have? Where did you get that we want that? Like, we didn't want that when you gave us that. Like, we just took it because that's what we got. And it's kind of like the way I've been feeling about, you know, the Book of Boba Fett and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Because I've been sitting here for, you know, I watched the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi series over again. And when you watch it all linear, it's not as bad as it is when you watch it individual things. They should have made it a movie or like a 2-part movie, and then they could have put more details and stuff in there. But it just, I don't know, it leaves like a bad taste in your mouth when it's like, almost like the first time you eat something sour and you're like, oh, what is that? And then, you know, after that, the next time you eat it, you know what to expect. So it was kind of like that watching the movie or watching the series over again. It was like the first time I watched, I was like, man, what are they doing? Like, why are they doing this? Like the fight scenes and the action scenes and all that, great. I'm not going to put those down. Like like they're all well done. But it was just like the story was lacking so much that it just didn't give me that thing. Now watching it all over again, I'm like, okay, you know, the story's a little bit better. I like that he's trying to save Leia and that they actually tried to make Leia a part of the story. But then they just left Luke out for the whole series. Like, dude, the whole point of Obi-Wan Kenobi is to protect Luke. Not to go save Leia, even though he went and did that, and that's fine that he goes and does that. You know, of course, if, you know, she needs help. She is one of Anakin and Padme's children. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you didn't include Luke during the whole, till the very end. Like, he was there in the beginning and he's there at the end. And it's like, dude, you didn't include Luke at all. And then the plot holes that they left in and stuff that we know that Leia never meets Obi-Wan. It just, I don't know, it just gave you this real weird feeling.
Yeah.
Like it didn't give you that Star Wars experience that we're used to. And
yeah, I think Chris makes a good point. It's like Mandalorian should be the blueprint of how to do a show for Disney. Come up with an original idea and bring it to life instead of rehashing old stories. Because with all the ones where they've rehashed old stories, it's kind of flopped. Mandalorian, arguably one of the only good shows that Disney's done, in my opinion, at least live action, was its completely original story that needed to be brought out, needed to be told, and you know what I mean. Meanwhile, the other ones were like, let's make money and get a story that just kind of is good enough.
Disney has blueprints. They could have done the book. They could have done some of the amazing comics that we've gotten. They could have done a lot. And I mean a lot. The book itself would have been a great, great movie. Because and Kyle can attest to that.
Yeah,
or a TV series.
The book is good.
Yeah. You could have copied that word for word, all of that. That would have been amazing. Not had Leia. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love little Leia and I love the Reva part of it all. But like that book is like next level. Like the book was amazing. And you could have done a 7-8 episode story out of that book.
Easily,
or more. Yeah, or more, yeah. And you could have made a lot more money. You could have had a lot more toys, like all these things that Disney's doing. But you're like, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay, how did the Inquisitor survive? Oh, yada yada yada. Hatred.
Which I like the fact that they brought the Inquisitors in. I thought that was something that needed to be brought.
But when Reva killed the Grand Inquisitor, it threw everybody through a loop. Oh, yada yada yada. And then he pulls up hatred. Keeps people alive. You should know. Okay, yeah, we do know. Maul was a prime example of that. But why did Disney take the easy route on doing that? Like the Vader Obi-Wan scene in the last episode where he slashes the helmet open. Cool, Disney, get off your own shit and write something original. You literally just took that from Rebels. That's what you did.
And I didn't mind that. You know,
I don't mind the fight scenes, but they could have done something more original. They could have done something a little bit more.
They did
pushing.
to a certain extent with the rock throwing thing. Yeah. You know, that's something that we don't see too many Jedis do in throwing stuff. They're more of the block stuff, and you know, they're not aggressive in their attack form. And Obi-Wan really showed the attack form that he could do. Oh, you want to try to trap me in this hole and throw shit at me? I got you. I got your back. I'll show you how it's really done. And I didn't mind that. The thing that I didn't mind, you know, the steal from Rebels or whatever, that didn't bother me.
It's nice when it's a nod, but when you directly do it and then act like it's never been done before, kind of attitude is what gets me.
Do you guys think maybe Mandalorian the next season won't be as good? Because it seems like, at least with all the live action, since Mandalorian got so big and everybody loved it, all the shows after that have kind of just been the same shit. Like Bad Batch. Like
I don't think so.
You have this badass that, like in Mandalorian, you have this awesome badass who gets a little kid and now is babysitting this little kid and starts to become good. Similar thing with Bad Batch. Boba Fett doesn't have a kid, but it's this badass character that becomes good. Now it's Obi-Wan babysitting a little kid again. Like, it seems just kind of repetitive a little bit.
That might be the issue with everything. It's just because we're so used to, we're starting just to see the same things happen over and over and over again that we're just kind of getting. You need something new and fresh, maybe.
It just reeks of, to me, like the show just reeks of Disney. Like, I don't know, it's just boring and dull and kind of lazy writing just to make money.
Well, you go back and even think of some of the Disney's movies. They're basically, the same thing. They have this. Oh, I don't know.
What are you doing to your mic, homeboy?
Nothing. I literally haven't moved.
Oh God. Okay. There's a buzz.
Sorry.
It's all good. It just threw me off.
But if you go back, the Sword in the Stone, you got the Wizard and the Kid, you got, you basically all of these movies that Disney has produced has been basically the same type of fundamentals. It has to do with a child, or it has to do with a, some type of, the Toy Story. You got the kids trying to, find themselves, and they get these toys, and the toys get lost, and they don't think they're ever going to see the toys, and then they get the toys back, kind of build up that hope that something's going to happen, and the overcoming an obstacle type thing. I just think that we're not. I think we might be getting, and this was something that was brought to my attention by somebody else, that we might be getting over, like what's the word that I'm looking for? Was more of a, like we're just getting too much Star Wars, and we're starting.
Oversaturated.
Yeah, it's oversaturated. In the Star Wars thing, which, I love Star Wars. I want to watch Star Wars as much as I can, but one of the things that made Star Wars so good is George had these giant gaps between the originals and then the prequels, and then we had, a slight gap between the Clone Wars, and we had Rebels, and these were all gaps that we had a certain amount of time period before a new Star Wars project came out. And now it's kind of like we got the Mandalorian 2 seasons, and we had the Bad Batch, then we had, and then we had Kenobi, and then we'll have Andor and Ahsoka, and all this stuff is just being pushed on us. And there's all this, they're all basically the same shows, just with new characters. And it kind of puts us in a sense of, this is just the same thing over and over again, and we're being oversaturated with Star Wars content, that we're not building up that anticipation like we were before. Even though it feels like that, because even, several months go by and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe I ain't no Star Wars. But, is that something, is maybe the franchise? Because, they kind of do it with like that with Marvel. Marvel, they just slam new content into your face every 3 months. You're getting some type of new Marvel TV show, comic book, or TV show, or movie, or live action, or something that's happening with Marvel like constantly. Do you think that they might be using that same type of aspect with Star Wars, and Star Wars is not meant to be consumed that way?
I can see
it works
that.
for Marvel. It works because Marvel has so many different superheroes that they.
Well, and Marvel started off like that. That was the thing. Like, when you start a franchise off like that, people are used to that. Before that, we had Fox, and they would do like Spider-Man, and then they did the Fantastic Four, and then they did the Hulk, and it was just like, eh. And then when Disney got a hold of it, it started off Captain America, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, and all these things. And they literally gave us 3 to 6 months in between each movie. And it was on point. Every time they said, hey, this is coming out on this day, no matter what, they did that. And we all expected it up until Infinity War ended, or Endgame.
I think the difference is Marvel at least had a plan. With all the movies, there was a plan that it was working towards.
Yeah,
and
Endgame.
Like, they had writing, right? Star Wars, it seems like there's no plan, and they're just trying to milk it. With the first Star Wars, like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, there was a plan behind it, and it all kind of made sense with the story. This is like, it just seems like straight milk it. Let's, like, Disney get Star Wars and let's milk it for all it's worth. Let's just throw out, no matter how good it is, let's just make money off of it. And that's what it seems like. It just seems lazy, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just being really pessimistic today.
No, it's money. It's such a monopoly scheme in my eyes. Like, they are going out and buying all these major franchises, and they only focus their attention on that one big one, which was Marvel. Now that Disney's getting that hype for Star Wars, they're like, oh, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. We can't stop. We can't slow down. Slow the hell down. Please. That's all I've got to say is slow down. Look at it. Read into it. Look at the characters.
Bodie brings up a good point. Marvel also does a good job of sticking with the comics. Star Wars Lucasfilms has not wanted to use the EU legends as much. They're bringing characters in, but they're not using the writings that some of these great
that
books
people like that made the characters good, right?
They're not using, or even the comics. They're not using that. I mean, they based this whole Obi-Wan Kenobi series off the game, off of a game, and not to say that the game wasn't good, but for Kathleen Kennedy to say that it was mostly based on the game and a lot of the scenes came off of the game, it just kind of, it's like, dude, and especially a game that's been out for a very, very long time. It's just not new content. It's not a storyline that is structured well. And I think that's where because like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the story was way better than the Book of Boba Fett. The story was better. But it didn't bring us into a place that we really wanted to see. Like, we didn't really, like, Star Wars fans didn't want to see that. That's why the characters didn't, sit with, the Star Wars fans the way they would. And then we got such a divide within the community. Then all this hatred shit came out, and it just made it all even seem worse. Because it's like, dude, it's like right now, if they brought back, what's his face as Jack Sparrow, it wouldn't feel the same because we all know the shit that's been, all the stuff that went on. It wouldn't feel the same. It would just be different. When you bring out a character like Reva and you got all this hate, and for Leia, you got all this hate. When you start watching the show, it kind of like that shit pops in your head. Like you're watching, like, hey, these people are assholes, man. She's a good actor, or these people are right and she sucks. You kind of get like get steered in the direction of what the commentary is happening on social media, and I think that that's one of the things that ruined it a lot. Especially with me, because I'm looking at it, I'm gonna defend Moses Ingram because I think she did a great job. I think Leia, the actress that played Leia, did a great job at playing their character. But all that negativity kind of popped in every time you watch it. It's just like, dude, well, then you want to argue with the people and you're watching the show. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? She did great right here. This is great acting right here. She played this part phenomenally. Now I want to go online and talk shit to people because y'all putting out this bad shit into the thing. And I think it kind of ruined the experience a little bit. That's just me personally. That I was kind of thinking about that when I was watching it again yesterday, last night, because we didn't come on yesterday just because of the scheduling situation. So I watched the whole series last night, and as I'm watching it, I several times I'm like, what are people talking about? Like, she did a great job here, but why am I thinking about that and being took out of the immersive experience of watching the show because of the things that I've read and the things that's been talked about and stuff that's on social media? I think that played a big role into the thing. And I kind of was sitting there thinking, like, dude, this is just too convenient, for Disney to come out and say that all Star Wars fans are, toxic and racist and stuff like that. It was like all this stuff happened way too conveniently. It makes me kind of think that, they might have been behind, Disney themselves might have been behind a lot of this stuff to try to stir up shit within the fandom.
For me, the whole thing about the racist part of her, like, I feel like that was just like a cop out. Nobody, I don't know, like, the reason people didn't like her, I don't think it was because they were racist. I think it was just because they just didn't like her.
Aggressively relaxing. Not use the, wow, okay, typo there. They are constantly referencing the various different EUs, working it so everything I read is canon until expressed well. Yes and no on that. They are, but they aren't. If you, like Kyle and I pulled this up again, I'm gonna pull it up again. If they would have went off the book, the show would have been better. Don't get me wrong, there are great scenes in this show that I just adore. What's up? Oh, his mic. That I adore. There's moments in the show that I thought were amazing. But to me, it's just like, okay, we're following the story of Mando. He saves a child, so on and so forth. All this shit. Bad guy turns good. Bounty hunter turns good because of a child. Bad Batch, same thing. 5 clones, elite clones, get a kid, boom. It's everything about the kid. Okay, Obi-Wan. We know who Obi-Wan is. We know what Obi-Wan's like. Why are you giving us a product that we don't want? Like, we want it, but we don't want it like that. I understand that you brought writers in, you thought it'd be a story. Cool. But you have so much shit to reference from, and you don't. Just because you throw Quinlan Voss in there does not mean you don't supply Quinlan fucking Voss, even in a 5-second clip. Like, even as like a nod to Kenobi kind of thing. Like, good job, you know, thanks for helping kind of stuff. You could have done so much.
That, you know, like, honestly, in the final season or in the final episode, I thought that when Kenobi got trapped in the thing, that's when Quinlan Voss was going to come to the rescue. Get Kenobi out. They was going to face Vader together, or that Vader, or he was going to face Vader. Vader flees from the situation or whatever the situation may be, and then he rescues Kenobi. And Vader, that's why Vader thinks that he's dead, because he trapped him in the thing. He doesn't know that Quinlan Voss actually saved him. But for them to reference him multiple times in the series and then not even show up at all, it was just kind of like, it's either a nod to they're going to do a season 2 and Quinlan Voss is going to be in season 2, or it was just, you know, something to pique our interest. And, I want to see Quinlan Voss. You know what I'm saying? Like, type
either way, don't provide with, like, don't give us that and then not supply it. You know, there's a demand for more Jedis that we love reading about and hearing and slightly seeing. Like, you could have brought Quinlan in episode fucking 3, episode 4 of that show. Even, like I said, even just in a slight bit where he's telling Kenobi, don't do it, just try to get Leia home. Even in that moment, that gives us that, hey, there's Quinlan. Or like you said, Quinlan shows up, fights Vader, and Vader thinks Kenobi's dead. Okay, cool. That gives a mystery.
There were just so many different ways that they could have done it that they didn't even, it was like they didn't even try. And I agree with Garrison on this, that it seems like, you know, that it was just lazy writing. It was just like, you know, they just took this, I don't know, man. Even what, like, Qui-Gon popping up for 3 seconds at the end, at least we got him. You know what I'm saying? We expected to see him. We got him. You tell us Quinlan Voss, you expect to see him, and then we don't even get him. Then we don't get explanations to how Leia doesn't know that Obi-Wan by New Hope, you know, how she doesn't remember him. None of these things were explained. And then it just left you with, like, sitting there, like, why? Like, why would you, like, what was the purpose? It's almost like that. What was the purpose of Kenobi? What was the purpose of the Book of Boba Fett? What was the purpose of these stories being told to us? Because they didn't give us anything really in a way that follows the timeline. So it was just like,
I mean, just because you say it's in between 3 and 4 doesn't mean that it really is, though, because you're literally contradicting a lot of the things that happen between those two. Okay.
I don't like the fact that when they did it, it was like we wasn't gonna notice that shit. Like we were just
they tried to play it off like we were.
You didn't think I was? Go ahead.
Like they played it off like we weren't paying attention. Like they're like, "Hey, here's Kenobi. Shut up and take it." No, we're gonna sit there and look at this. We're gonna analyze it. Why we're fans. We fall in love with this stuff, and we know about it. But you're bringing in people that don't know it that well, and you're throwing some random shit out there and telling us, "Here you go. You asked for it. Here it is. Hope it's good." And then they go off to the next one. Boba Fett. I'm gonna pull this up. This is the reason why I pull this up. Is episode 4 of Boba Fett. I had a fucking mental breakdown. Because it was not what us fans, like I know I'm not the only one that felt this way. It literally just looked like they just put Tamara in the suit and just let him run around with a fucking blaster in his hand and told him not to fire it and be a soft ass. Don't get me wrong. I like the 180 of the character. Don't get me wrong. Could they have done that a little bit better where it like he was aggressive and then he slowly tapered down and realized, hey, this isn't the right way to do this right now? No, they immediately changed it. They give us random ass flashbacks. They did all these things. And with Kenobi, yeah, we got a singular flashback. One flashback. Cool. I liked that. That was a neat little moment where him and Anakin are going, and they didn't even work on that scene right because I can go on for hours. There's so much I can do here.
Well, Chris brought up a good point. Quinlan is a big tease. I have a good feeling he's either going to show up in Andor or possibly Mando Season 3. Mando Season 3, he's going to be a little bit older at this point because Mando is after Return of the Jedi. Andor, he could possibly show up. But the only thing that gets me on that is if you go to Rogue One, the Jedi are, at this point, I think the only two Jedi that are really, like, really out there are, like, Obi-Wan and Yoda. Because you got to remember in Rogue One, what's his father, the blind dude, whatever.
I'm on the Force with me. I'm on the Force with me.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even, like, these people haven't seen Jedi in a while. So, like, at this point, I think that there's, like, the Jedis ain't around like that. And I don't think that we're going to see a lot of Jedi in Andor. If we do, we might be able to see them. That would be the only place that I think we would see them. I don't think we'll see them in Mando
Season 3. It would be weird, though. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
You know, Ahsoka's been, you know, I don't know exactly what happened after Rebels, what she does. We know that she looks for Ezra. And then she pops up after everything is over, which kind of didn't make sense, like during this whole, you know, during the whole Return of the Jedi and you know, everything else that happened, she just was gone this whole time, hidden or looking for Ezra or whatever she was doing for all them years. I just don't see him popping up in Mando Season 3. It's possible because he could have been hidden all this time. I just feel that, you know, Luke and, you know, I think some of the other Jedis would have came to, you know, fight with him, you know, at that point. Like, okay, Anakin's son is going after Vader. I think we need to join forces with him and, you know, kind of bring back the Jedi at that point. And that's not something that we've seen, which it wasn't written that way. So, I mean, things could be changed in the thing as long as it fits in. I just don't like the fact that they try to change the timeline and it made us like we're a bunch of idiots and we're not going to know. Like, even my son was like, wait a minute, Leia didn't know, and my son is 14, and he figured it out, like, quickly watching the thing. I didn't even have to say anything. He figured it out on his own. He was like, wait a minute, Leia don't know who Obi-Wan is, so how is this possible? I'm like, yeah, I've been asking that. So I just think that there's a sense of, I don't know if they did it as a distraction to keep us from the ultimate goal. And we don't know what the ultimate goal, you know, people say, you know, trust the Filoni, you know, he got some plan. But this is in a situation where Filoni didn't write this. You know, this was written by other writers. And I'm just starting to think that, like, they're like, okay, you're a good writer, write some shit for us type of thing. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think what's happening is before, what made us love Star Wars is Star Wars didn't come out unless there was a story to be told. Like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. We didn't get Star Wars unless there was something good that was to be told. I think now Disney's whole purpose is, I think they've just kind of accepted the fact that because the only shows they're coming out with is Marvel and Star Wars. They're not really coming out with anything original. I don't know if they have any original ideas at this point. Not trying to be super critical, but I think they've basically accepted the fact, like, they're just gonna ride Star Wars until it dies. I don't think they necessarily want to make something super, super good at this point, or they just don't care. It just seems to me like they're just gonna ride it until it dies.
Yeah.
I certainly hope that that's not their ultimate goal, because I mean it is one of the biggest franchises in the history of time, and it's one that has really stuck, you know, throughout the time, you know, throughout the years that passed, you know, it's stuck. People stuck by it.
Yeah, well, it's like, what else is Disney making right now? They're not really making any other like big TV shows that are coming out consistently on Disney Plus. Right now, it literally just seems like Star Wars and Marvel, and they're content with just riding both of those until they die, biding time until they have another idea.
And I think,
or
that's
they
one of the
purchase
things
another
that bothers
property.
me.
Exactly.
I think that that's one of the things that bothers me so much, because it seems like they put so much more into the Marvel stories. Like, I was watching Miss Marvel the other day, and for a TV show, it's good. Like, I was just sitting there like, this is not a bad show. I like this show. And I'm like, dude, why do I have a better feeling about this show than I did about Kenobi? And I love Star Wars way more than I love Marvel. But all their movies is good. They come out with a shit ton of movies. Like, dude, as soon as a movie drops, before you know it, another one's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, we just had Doctor Strange, and now we got Thor coming out. It's like they just constantly have new good content. Like, Doctor Strange wasn't the greatest movie. It seemed more like a movie that you need to be on some type of drugs to watch, because it was kind of hard to follow. But it wasn't a bad movie. There was a story. There was a whole, you know. It was a good movie. It just was really weird, but it was a good movie. And we're not getting no Star Wars movies. We're getting these intermittent type of series that are not really following the Star Wars that we know, the storylines that we know. And it just seems like, okay, you guys are pumping all this money into Marvel, but what about Star Wars? Why are you lacking on this beloved franchise that has billions of fans, not just millions, billions of fans? It's like I think I seen a thing that said like 1/3 of the population of the world is Star Wars fans. That's a lot. There's 7 billion people here. You know, almost 8 billion people on the planet, and 1/3 of them is Star Wars. That's a lot of people that are Star Wars fans, but then you're not giving Star Wars the due credit that it deserves. And it kind of makes me it kind of makes me mad, because I know how much better it could be. I could write better shit than that. Any one of us could write better shit than these people are writing, just because we're Star Wars fans. It's almost like their writers are not Star Wars fans. They're just writers that they just hired just to write some shit. CJ.
What up?
It's not a hobby.
It's not a what?
No,
What?
I was gonna say something else. I'm not gonna say that, because that's a little vulgar.
I think I
Don't
triggered.
Fucking say it then. I don't care.
I think I triggered some people in the chat with my comments.
Oh, I know you did, and I agree with it. No,
I
it
don't
is.
care.
They're gonna ride it until they die, and be triggered. Be fucking triggered. Get mad. That's what we want, right? No,
Yeah.
it's not what we want. What we
We
want
just
is to
want- we
come
want
together
Star
and
Wars
understand.
What I want from Star Wars fans is I want Star Wars fans to start working together, to like group together. Okay, we can have difference of opinion. We can say, oh, I don't like this. I loved it. That's fine. We can do that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But when it comes to sitting back saying that we know things could be better than it is, we all agree on that. Everybody agrees that things can be better than what they're doing. Everybody has a complaint since Disney has took over. Everybody's had a complaint about something that has to do with Star Wars. We need to all come together and start either petitioning and signing these petitions, or doing something so we can fight against this tyranny. It's tyranny. Disney is a fucking dictator, and there is tyranny. They're just giving us content, and we have nothing to say about it. Like, there gotta be
Rogue One was good. I will say that Rogue One was.
That's the only thing that I can truly say that was good.
Oh my god!
And
best
The
Disney
Mandalorian was
Star Wars
good. Rogue One was good, and The Bad Batch was good.
Season 7 of Clone Wars was good.
Yeah,
I'll give them that.
Wars, but
I'll
was
give
already
them that.
Yeah, they just produced that shit. It was already done. It was already ready
But
to come
the
out.
thing is like, everybody's going to be at each other's throats about this. I don't care. We got what we got. We might as well suck it up. But that's the thing. At the same time as sucking it up and dealing with it, we also need to be voicing our opinions of, hey, Disney, you're a $1 billion fucking company. You guys produce shit.
Got $1 trillion by now.
Yeah, whatever. They could get us out of debt with how much money they have. The United States debt could be paid off if Disney just gave it to them. Not the point, though. You have all this money. You have all this time. You can get anybody you want in your office and pay them what they want, and you don't. You get these lame-ass fucking directors, except for like John and Dave and Taika, and you're like, oh, cool. You somewhat like Star Wars? I like Taika. I think it's great. I think
the shit out of me in his last interview because he said he's making a Jar Jar Binks movie.
He's just doing that because he likes to get people rallied up.
I don't give a shit. This shit is more serious than that. Don't be joking around like that. You fucking give you a heart attack. You make a dumbass Jar Jar Binks movie, that shit's gonna ruin Star Wars.
But
don't do that.
That's the thing. You have some of these good writers, and then you bring in these people that don't know shit about the Star Wars universe. Bring people that know it, or at least hire people that are willing to study it, willing to learn from the past to make a better future. You're bringing these people in, and you're
that humming noise, CJ, because whenever you talk, I hear the humming noise.
Better?
Oh, it still sounds the same.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. All I know is that they got to do better, and we have to come together as a community in order to get them to do better. If they don't, then we're just going to be stuck in the same. It's not your mic, CJ.
Star Wars. So aggressively relaxing says Star Wars is the largest multimedia storytelling projects in the history of Earth. They're using comics, theme parks, movies, shows, books to tell one story over multiple eras. It's remarkable. Yeah, you're proving my point. It is remarkable how much you can milk one thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the truth of the matter. They are.
Yeah,
they are. But at the same time,
they're not adding anything.
Well, this is the thing. I've been listening to the High Republic books. The High Republic books are not. These are good books. These are not bad stories. These are good stories.
Oh, I'm not saying
Tempest Runner is
good stories are done. I'm just saying what Disney's doing isn't necessarily those good stories.
Tempest Runner is excellent, but you got writers that are writing stuff like this. Why are you not getting the same type of writers to write the TV series or to write the movies? You're getting to me, and I don't know these writers from Adam. I don't know anything about them. They could be great writers. They could have done some great stuff, but they didn't show that to me in these stories. In these stories, they did not give me, and I don't want to sit back and seem like I'm putting down Star Wars because I'm not. I'm a Star Wars fan. It hurts my feelings.
And I agree. There's still really good Star Wars to be made. There's still stories left to be told in Star Wars. I just don't think the best ones are coming from Disney.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And I don't, like I said, it could be this because they're just they're giving us our Star Wars fix and it's so quickly like they need more Star Wars. It might be that. It might be just the negative, social media content that's coming out that gives you this like bad, this bad connection with the series. There's a lot of different things that can be happening that it can influence your thought process when it comes to watching something. But me looking at it as a Star Wars fan, like the overall, like the stories are just they're lacking. They're not the best stories that could be told about these characters, and that scares me when it comes to like movies that are coming out in the future. Like, 'cause I'm okay with new shit. Like, I'm okay with new Star Wars. I'm okay with you bringing out new characters and creating new stuff. I don't have a problem with that. As long as it's good and as long as it stays within the content of Star Wars. I don't mind if you could go back in time and do the High Republic or the Old Republic or the High Republic. I don't care if you do any. Just give me Star. I just want to see some Force, some Jedi, some Mandalorians, some ass whooping, and a storyline that makes sense. A storyline that fits with the character that we're talking about. Like, I don't care, if like the Mandalorian, they start us off with this Mandalorian. he's a badass. He's collecting bounties, and I can bring you in cold, or I can bring you in warm. It doesn't matter. I'm bringing you in. That type of character to being this nice guy, because he meets Grogu and he starts to get a heart and he starts to learn more about the Mandalorian culture and all that. I mean, the story just it flowed. It was linear, and it was good. But when you take a character like Boba Fett and within 2 hours you change the character's whole demeanor, and it doesn't feel right. Or you take Obi-Wan Kenobi and you tell us that you're going to have an Obi-Wan Kenobi series that's based on Reva and Leia. That just doesn't fit. I wanted to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. I didn't want to watch Leia and Reva the whole time and watch all the secondary characters. I wanted to watch and learn more about what is Obi-Wan really going through at this point. They didn't give us that. We know that he's having a hard time. We know that it's bad because we know this is the time period he's going through. This is automatically expected, but then you don't explain none of it. Like, there was no explanation of his true emotional feelings or any of that. They just didn't give us that. Then they gave us, these loopholes that were like, wait a minute, how did this happen? Wait a minute, when did this happen? And then no explanation. It just left a bad, like I said, it left a bad taste in my mouth when I'm watching it. Even when I watched it the second time, and I watched it all together, I didn't, take no breaks or anything. I just watched all 6 parts. And it was a little bit better, but it wasn't that much better. The story made a little bit more sense when you watch it in a whole, but it still wasn't a good story. It wasn't.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem I'm having with that. We didn't have to do that. Each episode should lead up to the next and to the next, and it should flow progressively. I shouldn't have to watch it in a collective to be like, oh, that makes more sense. No, that's not. That to me is just bullshit and lazy and inaccurate of the potential you have.
And like I said, I don't know anything about these writers. These writers could be great writers. I just don't think that they knew what. I think as fans, and it's hard to please all the fans. You're not going to please all the fans. But I think that we wanted to know more about Obi-Wan's struggle. We wanted to know about, more. Because basically, when you really watch it, this happens over like a 2-week period. You got 20 years, and you wrote a 2-week period. Or 18 years or whatever you want to call it. But we got a 2-week period out of this time. And in them 2 weeks, I understand that this is what happened within them 2 weeks, and I can completely accept that this is what happened in them 2 weeks. But you can tell a lot about a person within 10, 15 minutes of talking to that person. We got a 2-week time span. We got, 5 hours, 4.5 hours of Kenobi, and we didn't learn anything about what he was really going through. Like, what is his real mental state? Like, we got some flashbacks and him, crying a few times, whining about some stuff, but we never got no real in-depth.
We got some glimpses of it, but not what we were expecting. I think it really goes back to. I think Disney does have good writers, but I think the root goes back to like where they're starting off. In those books and those comics that we're seeing that are still coming out with really good Star Wars, it's starting off as inspiration. Hey, I have this idea. I have this story. Let me continue on with it. With Star Wars, it's more like, hey, the executives are like, hey, we want a Kenobi. You guys go write a story about Kenobi. And so it's like they have these great writers, but they're not like being inspired. They're being forced to like, all right, we need to figure out a story for Kenobi instead of, oh, hey, I have an idea about a Kenobi story. It's, no, you need to write Kenobi. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Which and I kind of think that maybe it's a little bit of a, I don't know. There's so many different possibilities of what it could be. I just know it wasn't done good. It wasn't done. I'm not going to say it wasn't done good. I'm going to say it could have been done better, in my opinion.
I'll agree with that.
In my opinion, I think that they could have done way
It was better than Boba Fett, and like I can at least watch it. There's are parts I enjoyed. We are being super critical right now. It wasn't I don't think I'd say an absolute failure. It was better than Boba Fett.
Even though some people, I don't think Boba Fett was a complete failure. I just think that they just took it in a direction that we wasn't
I'll say Boba Fett was almost a failure.
that we wasn't expecting, and it threw us off guard. But for them, which was a little bit easier for me to intake because you got this man that just got thrown into a Sarlacc pit and then got out of the Sarlacc pit. So it's a little bit, some detrimental shit can change your minds about things. But to bring us into where Kenobi was at and the way they did Kenobi, both of them could have been done better. I don't think either one of them was a flop, but I don't think that they were great by any means. I think The Mandalorian, and I think really looking at Rotten Tomatoes and looking at the scores, Mandalorian, I think it's higher than where it should be at, but I think it's up there. And I think Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett are exactly where they're supposed to be at, because that's where the fans are, looking at them and saying, okay. And be reading through the comments and hearing some, like, I heard some horrible shit. Like, people were just saying the most horrible shit ever when it came to Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett. And it was disturbing. Like, dude, this is the comments? Like, holy crap, man, this is terrible. But it also gave me a understanding of the things that I liked about it and the things that I disliked about it. Because a lot of the stuff I disagree with, like, you guys are tripping, man. That was a good part. And then there's other stuff like, no, that was really worse than I even thought that it was. You know what I'm saying? When I go back and look at it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is terrible. Why would they even do that? I just really think that it was that they could have done a lot better job in the writing on both of them. Like, give more of a linear story, something that was more concrete. And I think it was very lazy writing. I really do. I think that, especially when we know that there's writing out there that could have been used as a template. Like, at least read the book Obi-Wan Kenobi before you write the story. Like, get some inspiration. Don't just come in and be like, okay, I'm gonna write this story. And like I said, at one point there was a whole movie script done about Obi-Wan Kenobi when they were first planning on doing the movie that never got used. Like, y'all didn't reference that. Like, y'all couldn't go back to that and, like, just look at stuff and say, okay, this is something we can use. This is something. They could have just done something different. I don't know what it is. I'm not a writer to their caliber, so I can't sit back and say that, that's an easy task to do, because I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I could have wrote a better story about Obi-Wan Kenobi than the writers did, and Boba Fett. Something that was more entertaining than that. And I think that a lot of times they just apply the special effects and they think that that's going to grab us. And it might younger people, but a real Star Wars fan is not going to be captivated just by the special effects and the fight scenes. And I think that they play a lot to that, which kind of bothers me, because watching episode 1 and 2, I thought there was going to be a really good story behind this, and it fell short. It really did.
So about the other properties then, since we've beaten the hell out of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan to a point where they're not coming back, where do you think Andor is going to go? How do you think it's going to do? Because that is a Disney property. That is a Disney story. Rogue One was done by Disney and Disney writers. So Andor, Cassian Andor is a Disney character. So do we think Disney's going to give it the Disney treatment like Mando, or are they going to give us that whole Obi-Wan Boba Fett treatment?
I don't know. It's scary, because from watching Rogue One, I just watched Rogue One again because I'm like, the next show is Andor, or one of the next shows is Andor. So I watched Rogue One again, and Andor is like one of the more kind of darker, shady characters, where he obviously has a lot going on inside of him, and Disney from the show is not so good at characters. Like, since Rogue One, we haven't really seen a good job at those type of characters. So if they go back to whoever wrote Rogue One, whoever wrote that character, yeah, they could do really well. But if they follow the same kind of trend they have been, they could really mess it up.
I personally think that they're going to give us more of the backstory of Andor and why he is that, I'm not taking no shit type of guy. If I have to kill this dude to get the information, I will. that darker sense. I think if they really, I think if they follow suit on that, it might not be that bad. Um, like I said before, it's not something that I'm like real keen and seeing. It's not like one of those things like Kenobi where I'm like, dude, I can't wait to see this. It's more like, oh, yeah, I'll watch it. So I wasn't a big fan of the character in Rogue One, but I do think that if they follow the strategy that they've been following, I think it could be really, really, really bad because this is not a high anticipated character to do a story about. I don't
Well,
think
at that same time, that could be an advantage because they have not much to ruin.
yeah. But hopefully that they do well. I don't personally have a standing opinion on where I think that it will go. Just because it's not a character that, like I said, it's not a character that I've followed a great deal. And I guess that's where I stand on it. I don't know. We have Andor, and then the Bad Batch season 2 is coming out, and if they follow the where the Bad Batch is coming from the ending of season 1, I think the Bad Batch will be a good continuation of where they go. And Disney seems to do better on animation than they do on their live action of Star Wars, anyway. Of the Star Wars that I
Well, they also made their money off of animation. That's how they got popular. We know Disney started off with all that shit, Mickey and all them. So obviously they're a lot stronger on that side, but they seem to come off as just I want money, money, money. So let's pop these shows out, sell these toys, put them in the parks, put shirts in the parks, all this shit. But that's the thing. How are you going to sell merchandise when people don't want to watch it no more? You're going to kill a franchise because people don't want to watch it no more. And that's what I'm afraid of.
I think we're all afraid of that. I think that we're all afraid unless something, and the only reason that makes me think that they might not go that far is because of their own creation, like the Mandalorian, the Bad Batch. These are their creations. These are stuff that was created. Maybe not the Bad Batch, but they're kind of the ringleaders. That we didn't have nothing that really based on the Bad Batch other than in season 7 of Clone Wars. That I think that they'll push their entities and their creations a lot harder than they're pushing the background or the original character creations that they've done. I think that they would have done it more with the sequel trilogy characters if there was more of a response to the sequel trilogy. The sequel trilogy didn't get the response that they wanted, and I think that they pushed. That's why they've been pushing so much for these other new characters, the Mandalorian and the Bad Batch. So we'll see, because if you think about it, in the Bad Batch, we got Fennec Shand, in the Mandalorian.
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane, not so much because he was in the Clone Wars, but they pushed for these characters to be a part of the story more. Baby Yoda, even though these are creations, and some of these creations, like the LightSaber, that was something that was brought up in Rebels. There was a Lucasfilms. Well, actually, it was Disney, but it was written prior to.
It was in Clone Wars first.
What, the LightSaber?
Yeah, the Clone Wars had it first before Disney bought it.
When was it in Clone Wars?
Season 3 episode, like midway episode, because Maul goes for the Mandalorians.
Yeah, you're right, because he gets it from.
Yeah, he gets it from Pre Vizsla. He kills Pre Vizsla for it, and that's when Bo-Katan goes against him with the Night Owls.
But there's just, I don't know. Hopefully, they at least push for new. I mean, and we don't know what this new movie is going to be about. We just know it's in the sequel trilogy era, so it could they could be pushing to make Rey more of a better character, or Finn or Poe. You know, I think that they could do something with the franchise from their point of view that could still make it good. I think that they need to kind of steer away from, ruining the characters that we all love and cherish from, the sequel and prequel trilogies, which I think somewhere down the road, Vader's going to be in a lot more stuff. I don't know, I have a feeling that they're going to kind of push for a more Vader-driven TV series.
Which I wouldn't mind that, because what we got in Obi-Wan from Vader was amazing.
Not until you get like some solid writing behind it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, what we got in Obi-Wan from Vader was amazing. I loved every moment that Vader was in there. He had a presence to him. From when he walked in or from the hologram from talking to Reva to him snapping the old boy's neck in the alleyway kind of thing, or when he storms into the Inquisitor's main room and just has Reva up in the air. There's so much there that I would love more from. That was the Vader we know.
That would be a good story to like how Vader created the Inquisitors, and I think that would be a good story to follow if they did something like that. I think I wouldn't mind seeing that.
And you have Hayden, he wants to come back. Hayden loves it. He wants to stay.
And it wouldn't even hurt if they did it and they brought Kenobi in for certain scenes or something, like him finding out about an Inquisitor and warning people, or some that had Kenobi in it. I just think Vader as the star would be a little bit better surrounding than what they did with Obi-Wan Kenobi. They wouldn't even have to write hard to write Vader good. All you got to make him as an asshole, and it's going to work out good for Vader. You wouldn't have to have a story that involved too much to make Vader good, because Vader's always been good. He is the antagonist that everybody wants in a Star Wars show. He is that person. So his just presence gives you that sense. So they wouldn't have to write as good to make a story as good. I mean, it could be very basic and still make it good because of the character. Basically write him as the asshole that he is. He's Anakin Skywalker that was a Jedi that turned to the dark side. I mean, it's not too hard to write that. I don't know.
I think at this point, in my opinion, the best bet moving forward is to just wait. Wait until you have a good idea and good story behind it before you do it. Don't come up with an idea and then force a story. Like, wait until you have a good story and then create it.
Yeah. Hopefully we have a lot more good Star Wars come out, and there's not a lot of Star Wars that we don't want to see. Because I think that's something that's been they've been pushing out, is stuff that we really don't want. Like, we wanted to see Obi-Wan Kenobi, we just didn't want to see this Obi-Wan Kenobi. We wanted to see, and I don't even think that anybody was like really pushing for the Boba Fett series. I think they just went off the fact that there was a lot of cosplayers doing Boba Fett and the Mandalorian, and they said, hey, this is something that we could make some money off of. And they just slapped something together and made it. I think most fans would have been okay with Boba Fett being, dying in the Sarlacc pit at the Return of the Jedi.
The only reason why I say no is because we got that whole storyline of him getting out and then doing all those things and then being the ruler of Mandalore.
But if you're a real canon fan, and going back to canon and EU, most canon fans didn't even know anything about the Mandalorian Wars and stuff like that, because
Those are extended things.
Yeah, them are extended universe, and a lot of people refuse to read the books and learn anything about that because of the simple fact it's not considered canon.
Well, I don't care what other people think. Damn it!
Too many people coming back from the dead right now. We need to relax. People need to stay dead.
They keep talking about Samuel L. Jackson making his return. He keeps talking about it. He does.
I wouldn't mind to see Mason.
Let people
he
stay
sat there.
dead, please.
So Samuel L. Jackson popped off the other day. I think I found it. I'm just gonna go straight into this news. He sat there. He's like, I liked being Nick Fury, but I would not like. I enjoy being Nick Fury, but I know how much fun it would be to be Mace Windu again. And that right there.
He doesn't want serious roles. He likes those fun roles.
Yeah, he wants to enjoy. He's getting up there in age. Let him have those roles. That he's a top tier actor. Let him have it.
News and rumors now.
Sorry.
Was that the news and rumors?
That wasn't supposed to be. That was just a reference into bringing people back from the dead. But if we want to.
All right, let's go into news and rumor. I think we talked about where the franchise is headed. It's headed in a very bad point if they don't change up some things. When it has a high opportunity to go into some high points if they really decide to bring it to where it needs to be. Let's leave it there. Is that a good analysis?
That's a hell of a way to put it. Hi.
The Ultimate News and Rumors.
My bad.
Yeah. You do this at least once or twice a month on me, so I mean, it's okay. At least you're consistent.
I didn't do it intentionally. I thought that we were going into the next part.
No, I mean, it's after that interview with Samuel L. Jackson, he was talking about just wanting the fun roles, and he would love to come back as Mace Windu. There's so much we can do with that. I'm just going to put that out there.
The only reason that I kind of am discouraged about that, because most of the time, I'm not discouraged about Mace Windu. I love to see a movie on Mace Windu or a TV series on Mace Windu. The problem is that the people are talking about, I don't think I'm going to come back, or I don't think that they're going to do anything with Star Wars. These are the people that end up, like Ewing. He said he would love to come back, but he didn't ever think it was going to happen. A lot. I won't be Reverend. I won't do Reverend. So
he's limited to fucking. He's very limited to 3 things right now. Like, he doesn't got much.
Well,
you good over there?
I have a feeling that some Clone Wars or some clones is going to be in the Bad Batch, and in probably Ahsoka. They're bringing Rex and Cody back at some point, and we know Cody's coming back in the Bad Batch, so Rex has to be in Ahsoka. So I see Morrison playing Rex and Ahsoka as live action. I can't wait to see what type of prosthetics and stuff they make him to look older, because you got to see him at the point that Ahsoka's going on. Rex is pretty old at this point. He's all gray and everything at this point. So that'll be nice to see. And we know that he's coming back as voice acting for Cody in the Bad Batch, because we've already seen Cody in the Bad Batch in the previews or in the trailer. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense that he'll be there in them, and he'll be doing some voice acting in at least the Bad Batch. One of the things that I seen, like I was bringing our wonderful director joking about, making a Jar Jar Binks movie, and like I said earlier, it just kind of disturbs me that he's like, okay, I understand that you can't really say nothing, but take this shit a little bit more seriously. Then don't say no shit like that, especially with the way the rumors go. And next thing you know, the new Star Wars movie is gonna be Jar Jar Binks movie, and I like, dude, that shit would. Like, if he did come out with a movie like that and he was joking to like throw everybody off that he was making a movie like that, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's like, more up Disney's alley though.
Like, I would freaking like I would be so upset.
I saw another rumor made by Giant Freaking Robot saying that Natalie Portman is returning as Padme.
I seen that too, and whatever she's returning as Padme as, she is I seen another one. I don't know if it was the same article, but Moses Ingram is going to be in whatever series it is, or whatever project it is.
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I
makes
was
no
saying.
sense. Let's not do
'Cause
that.
it's like not even.
Yeah, let's not go down this rabbit hole. Makes no sense.
Shadow of the Sith comes out on the 28th, and we're actually gonna get a story. It's a book, but it's a story. They're gonna give us Ray's story. I've already listened to it. I got a preview of it, and yeah, y'all are anybody that listens to it or reads the book is gonna have. They're gonna be pretty surprised of how they portray Ray's parents. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of.
Oh, great. Another book.
But it's more.
I don't.
It's more it's more the story of when Luke and Lando are searching for the Wayfinder, but it has a good part about Ray's parents. So it gives you a little bit of detail on a little backstory on what's going on. So, like I said, I've already listened to it. I got a preview. I was lucky enough to get a preview of it, and I'm not gonna say it's like a great book by no means. It's pretty short, but the story was pretty good, and it gave, like I said, it gave you some backstory to what's going on.
You guys are going to be surprised I don't have any Hasbro news. Oh, thanks for the surprise, guys. I love the shock in your guys' faces.
Well,
you guys look happy.
They've already, like, a lot of the stuff that they've already released is, they're coming out with all the Obi-Wan Kenobi characters. I didn't see much in toy toy news. It was really something that we haven't talked about already, or that you haven't covered already in the thing.
Yeah, no, there wasn't really much with Obi-Wan. Like, they dropped all the toys and they showed us all the exclusives on it during Celebration. Celebration kind of dwindled down my Hasbro news, so, which was to be expected. So I don't expect us to see anything until closer to Andor.
Yeah, even looking like right now through the Dr. Alpha 21, number 21 has some stuff that's being revealed in it. There ain't really much for news overall. Star Wars fans, throwing a big shit over, the 2-word lines in Obi-Wan Kenobi, hello there. A lot of fan, being mad about that they only got it one time. There wasn't much in news that I seen for this week.
What kills me is that they're bitching about that, like, hello there one time. We only got it once in Revenge. We got it once in A New Hope.
That's what you're bitching about? Like, of all the things to bitch about.
Right?
Tamara Morrison hinted at a Boba Fett game coming out, but you know how I feel about video games. Until I see that shit, it's just a rumor.
I haven't even gotten anything on the new games yet. Ever since Celebration.
That's the only thing that it was just in an interview that he was talking, and he just said something about a Boba Fett game. I didn't read the whole review. He just it kind of caught my attention. I was like, oh, a Boba Fett game, and then it's like, all right, wait a minute, it's a game, so. You know how I feel about games, so I don't really push the issue when it comes to games. That's you and Gary.
Yeah.
There's been some saying that Rogue Squadron is just going to be the Star Wars Top Gun. That's what a lot of people are trying to compare Rogue Squadron to. That it's just going to be the Top Gun version of Star Wars.
We'll see.
Like I said, there wasn't much of news that really came out that caught my attention. It was like something that
I don't
And
know.
nothing pressing.
Yeah, well, because like I guess for me, like I was really looking forward to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was the big news for me, and it was just kind of like, So now I'm kind of like, I don't know. We'll see what happens when it happens, kind of thing.
Yeah, the biggest thing was the Watiti jokes. That's the one that caught me. Like, what do you mean making a Jar Jar Binks movie? Don't even joke about no shit like that.
Misa no half a movie.
Like, dude, I would freaking like. Hey, you never know, it might be good, but that's not something that I would definitely would want to see. I mean, I like Jar Jar Binks in the movie. You know, he brought that comedy relief, and he was cool in the Clone Wars stuff that he was in. But it's like he's not a character that.
The only thing that I think is pressing about all this is that, like, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. I pulled Kyle.
I have an excuse. You don't have one.
Well,
quiz time?
Yeah. No, hold on. I got one thing I found. So the guy that plays Kestis, Cameron, I can't pronounce his last name. They're in talks right now with him getting his own live action.
Who?
No.
It's their live
The guy that plays Cal Kestis. I love how you guys just were like, okay, cool. I'll just go fuck off over here. Thanks, guys. Love you.
I heard it. Sorry, I just didn't hear the Cal Kestis. Maybe I don't know. I think
I know that it's old news.
It depends on
It's
how the
old
second
news from
game.
last week.
Yeah. It depends how that second game goes for me, whether I would want it to happen or not.
Well, and I thought he was going to be in Kenobi. I thought maybe we might get a glimpse of him in Kenobi.
Gotcha.
But
I don't know. I'd rather not have him, like have a TV show with him.
Chris wants to know what's our overall rating of the Kenobi series. I said last week I gave it as a critic a 6 or a 5, and then as a Star Wars fan I gave it a 7. So I'm giving it a 6 total. I might have said 7 last week, but I think after watching it again, I'm giving it a 6.
as a critic, I'm giving it a 6 too. I gotta really get into that. Kyle kind of drew some lines for me kind of to look at, and I looked at all of them very, very, very adamantly. The camera shit really started bugging me, man. I can't get past that. I won't get past that. As a fan, I want to give it an 8 because I finally got something with Kenobi.
Wow.
You know, I did like some of the things. I love the nods and the the slight stuff towards what I wanted.
Coughs.
Yeah, the coughs. You know, I'm dying over here. No big deal. But overall, it's about a 7 for me overall. It's a happy medium.
So I think for me, for the critic side of it, I would agree with the 6. For the fan, I'd go 5.
Wow.
Because I'm
Wow.
I'm super strict when it comes to Star Wars, and there was a lot of parts that I didn't like that I recognize might be a little bit unfair for a lot of people. So I think 6 is a solid.
Well,
Damn, bro.
there we go.
Damn, bro. That was rough.
Bro, that's me.
Critic is
I caught you off guard
fucking
when you said 5. That was a little unsettling. Wow.
It
That gave me
dude,
fucking goosebumps.
So the parts that you
Shit.
liked as a fan, I really didn't like. So like the fights between Kenobi and Obi-Wan, or Kenobi and Darth Vader, I thought they sucked. So
I don't know, man. Shit, the critics are saying, like, critics and the fans are saying that's like the Darth Vader and Kenobi fight in the final was like, or in the final was like one of the best ones ever.
I
don't
didn't
think it's
like
the
it.
best one. I
So
think
that's
the
why
one-
I'm saying as a fan.
I'm thinking still the best lightsaber duel in all of Star Wars is still in Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the
Oh,
Sith.
Yeah,
Totally.
that was
Hands
the best
down.
lightsaber duel ever. But
The best always scene still goes to Vader in Rogue One. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah.
definitely.
I watched that again. Oh fuck.
Let's get to the quiz. Hey, Chris, are you ready? You got some quiz questions for us? This is episode 80, so you got to pop out some quiz questions for us. What do you got? Let's get to it.
Stop right there, you rebel scum. Prepare yourself for the Star Wars Impossible quiz. Blast them.
I am not getting over the knee pad in the wrong spot.
Knee pad.
Every time, bro.
So if you look at it, there's supposed to be a knee pad on the knee that they kneel down on, and it's on the wrong knee. So he knees on the one without the knee pad, and he's like, "Blast him!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I hope you lose your fucking balance."
I reversed the video when I made it.
He's still kneeing on that one leg without the knee pad.
I guess it went.
Yeah.
Chris is not prepared. Well, Chris
well,
is banned. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Bye, Chris.
I got some questions. It's all right. I got some questions.
We're gonna kick you out of the chat. Sorry, man.
All right. Question number 1. What was Supreme Chancellor Valorum's first name?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. God.
I'm trying to get near it.
It's like right there.
I know, right? You're.
God.
It's Dave. It's Dave. Call it a day.
The late Dave Valorum.
I'll just go with Guinness, even though I don't think it's Guinness.
Nope. Anybody in the chat? Come on, somebody in the chat. What is Valorum's first name?
Guinness.
You're close.
Guinness. What is it?
All right, here goes the answer. It's Finis.
Oh, son of a bitch! Are you kidding me? One flipping letter. Screw this.
Supreme Chancellor Finis Valorum. Okay, question number 2.
Bull crap.
What was the name of the lizard-like creature that Obi-Wan rode during his battle with General Grievous?
No, that's like my favorite freaking thing.
I tried to make these a little bit easier than my last ones because, like, shit.
Man, we suck.
Come on.
It's a raptor. It's a raptor. I'm gonna call it a raptor.
I don't know.
I can't think.
I was trying to think of even something funny. I can't think of anything. Right?
Yeah, I can't even get anything funny. It's a gecko. It's just an overgrown gecko. It's like they put him in a pool and he grew. You know those ones that you put in water and they grow? Yeah, that's
it's
it.
a basilisk from Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets that grew legs.
All right, they're called Varactals.
Varactals?
Hey.
Yeah, that's a Varactal.
Hey, I was close. I was naming dinosaurs.
More like a pterodactyl with a V. What were the Wampa's prime source of food on Hoth?
Each other.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one. That's actually not a bad bet.
Well, because you got to think it wasn't an inhabitable planet until they needed a base there. So I'm thinking either the Tauntauns and the people.
Yeah, I'd say Tauntauns.
Or, yeah.
Tauntauns is the answer.
Yeah.
Kid.
What was Padme's full name?
Oh God, we've been asked this before, and now I can't remember it.
Padme, Jack Meritrix, Tytheratrix, Amidala the second.
Padme, Amidala, and Nibiri.
Nope.
Padme Nibiri.
Yeah, no.
Remember.
No, I'm just gonna say Padme Amidala Johnson. There we go.
It's her
Johnson
full
sounds right.
name.
She's got like 3 middle names, don't she?
I don't know then. What is her full name? The flip? I thought that was it.
Padme Nibiri Amidala Skywalker.
Oh, fuck Skywalker, you little butt. Screw
Really?
you.
You threw Skywalker in there?
Hey, that's her name. That's her full
You did
name.
me dirty. I said it. And you did me dirty.
Dan Smith.
I forget Skywalker. That's just like Ray taking that name. It don't count.
Oh shit. Oh, never mind. Okay. What was the condition that Wedge Antilles set before he would agree to the rank of general?
Let me keep flying.
Real shit. Real shit. He's a hell of a pilot. I could see him doing that.
That's partially right.
Oh, really?
Bring me Tom Cruise. I don't know. Fuck. He needs more pilots.
Bring me Tom Cruise.
I still haven't watched it. I'm gonna have to watch it.
I gotta watch it too. I've only seen the first one. I haven't went and got to go see Maverick yet.
I seen the first one when it came out 30 years ago.
I don't know. What is it?
If he could still lead Rogue Squadron.
Oh, kind of
Okay.
was right. Kind of.
Yeah, you said he could still fly, but that wasn't that.
I was close. You kind of get where I was going with it.
Question number 6. What type of droid was used by Zam Wessel in the attempt to assassinate Padme?
Oh.
Flipping blue shell from Mario Kart.
Blue
That was dumb. That was good. Oh no.
Oh fuck.
I can't get over the blue shell.
Blue shell Mario Kart.
I don't even have a guess. Oh no.
Okay. Anybody in the chat? Come on, chat. Anybody in the chat?
You guys have Google. Come on, use it.
No, don't use Google. That's what takes the fun out of it. You gotta guess funny shit. Okay, the answer is
Courier droid.
the ASN-121 assassin droid.
I was just gonna say assassin droid, but that wouldn't have been the answer.
Okay, here goes an easy one. Y'all should know this one. How many characters are in the Arabic alphabet?
26.
32.
What?
24.
32.
26. 27.
Nope.
30.
Chris, probe droid. Probe droid probably had better chance of killing her.
26.
Nope.
It's not
That's
26?
the English alphabet. We're talking about characters in the Arabic alphabet, not
I
English.
didn't know. I thought it was the same.
Okay, are y'all ready? Y'all ready for the answer? There's 48 characters in the Arabic alphabet.
What? What the flip? I thought it was the same.
No, it's not the same. Okay, last question. I only did 8 this time. The yellow markings on the chest and head of a battle droid give them what ranking?
Commander.
Lieutenant.
What?
Commander.
CJ got his commander.
Oh.
They're command officers.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Give me Clone Wars questions, I'll be fine. Give me some Clone Wars questions and I'll be fine.
Well, I told you I got all the Star Wars encyclopedias, like all of them, every single one.
This was fun. I like these questions. These were fun questions.
So now I have a lot more. Before I just was pulling shit off a line. And now I actually can go through and look at shit.
I like
You did me dirty, so dirty on the freaking Padme question. Skywalker don't count. I got it.
But you didn't say it right. You said Padme Amidala Naberi. And it's Padme Naberi Amidala Skywalker. That was her full name. I was going to put what was Padme's full name at death. But then I was like, that's too easy. Don't get that way too easy. Well, I didn't figure
Padme Skywalker. That's where I would have went with that one.
Skywalker. Yeah, dude.
What?
I was like, what the flip? What are you talking about? And then Skywalker was like, motherfucker.
that was a trick question. That was the tricky one. But yeah, like I did not know that about the Arabic alphabet. I thought it was 32. That's what I originally thought it was 32. And then I was like, dude, there's 48? Like, holy shit.
You're going to Hawaii?
Oh, Chris, that's dope. I want to go to Hawaii.
That's for the 4th? Man. Whatever.
We're going to bring you on the show live from Hawaii. That's what we should do. Live from Hawaii, Chris. So next Wednesday, I guess we're starting with the second season of the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels Season 2.
I don't want to. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I've been, shit, I always got an excuse to watch Rebels. I watch Rebels way too damn much. Just because I can't get through the first 3 seasons or first 2 seasons of fucking Clone Wars. I get like 5 episodes in and I fall asleep and then I wake up. It's like episode 12 is on. Season 1 and I fall back asleep and I wake up and we're already in the middle of season 2. I'm just like, dude, I can't watch this fucking thing. Like it don't even start getting good till like the middle of season 2, season 3. But Rebels is just good all the way through, so I could watch Rebels over and over and over again.
All right.
So I think that, let's see, anything pop up?
No.
Anything,
that was a good episode. That was fun.
Anything? Anybody in the chat want to say anything? Want to pop up on screen? Anyone want to do anything? Anyone want to say anything funny? No, Addison. No, Addison.
Jar Jar's my fave. I want a movie of him. I think you're wrong, but that's okay.
Just because the ability to speak does not give you intelligence.
Hey, she's very intelligent. She married me.
Hey.
That wasn't intelligence. That was ignorance.
That was.
It's like that explains why she likes Jar Jar.
Right.
We hear screaming in the background.
Wow, Chris. Wow. That's some controversial shit there, Chris.
The Emperor of the United States at the time.
Jeff
Okay.
I don't know. Hey, I can do too. I can't say that one thing that we need a new government. Our government is flipping the hell out. Gas is $900 a gallon. A gallon of milk is $24 a gallon.
Oh,
and yeah, this is in.
He's falling off his bicycle.
That shit was hilarious.
I saw a funny meme. He's like, running the government is just like riding a bike, and then he falls over, and I was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, there is a lot. Yeah, they've been going nuts with this Roe versus Wade. Just to let me explain to everybody, abortions are not illegal. Okay, it's just up to the state to say whether or not you can get one. Not every state, which sucks. I think anybody should just fucking do what you want to do. I don't care.
I think at this point we need to like reset. You know what I mean? Like
so
like reset all the amendments. Like we're back at like what the founding fathers put in. Like let's just go back.
So how I view that case, I'm going to put this out there. Dan Crenshaw said it best. The government just screwed up by doing this. You gave the power back to the people to decide. That means people are going to start voting in people that agree or disagree with this. You're literally just handing the people what they wanted all along was their control. So for us to get mad and start blaming the government fucked up. They just gave you power, which they've been wanting to take away. So start voting who you want into office.
Because see, one of the things that a lot of people is getting persuaded on, or not persuaded, but a lot of people are looking at is a bad thing, is actually a good thing to a certain point. Because now the states get a vote on whether or not you have the right to carry a concealed weapon. That was also part of Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade was not just about abortion. It was about your constitutional rights. You know what I'm saying? So now it's up to each state. It's up to the people to vote in each state, which sucks when you got a state like, California and New York that's just going to vote for the, no guns, no abortions, no everything.
Overturned right before Roe v. Wade. They had another case about a New York law about concealed carry, and they overturned the New York law, saying it was unconstitutional.
And they sat there, and you can now go apply for permits to conceal carry in New York.
Well, where I'm at, you don't have to have a permit. You can just conceal carry.
Same thing here with Idaho. You don't have to have it. You can just carry it.
my biggest thing about when it comes to like gun law, my biggest thing is just period about anybody trying to take control over what the hell you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? That's a
Just
dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? It's just a like. There would be like my biggest thing is like, okay, even if they did say, okay, take the guns away from Americans and blah blah blah, then all the criminals are gonna have guns and none of the law going people ain't gonna have no guns, so that's just gonna suck because criminals are still gonna get guns. You know what I'm saying? If you're
People can make them. Like you're dumb to think that we can't get them.
Anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I know 3 people. I know 3 people in my life that can make guns. You take it away. I got an old boy that will make me an exact model of a 1911 that'll shoot 45 rounds. Like fuck around. Like there's no point for you to sit there and try to take it away when we have people that can gunsmith.
Well, this is so back during the Cold War. Back during the Cold War, Gorbachev said that the Russian military or the USSR military could whoop the United States military, but they couldn't whip the people, and everybody had a gun in their house and knew how to use them. So that just tells you right there that the only reason we've never been conquered as a country, or no other country has ever attacked us other than Japan's little Pearl Harbor shit, which was really nuts.
They saw the sun, so it don't matter.
I think it's also that our military spending is bigger than most countries' GDP, so that might have something to do with it as well.
But you know what I'm saying, that everybody has a gun. That's why no other, like, they have to come in. I mean, we all seen Red Dawn and Russia lands on. They got to fight the people. You know what I'm saying? We're not just, and that's what I guarantee you this. We can have all the differences in the world and we can argue about every damn thing. Bring your ass over here if you want to. You know what I'm saying? We will come together as Americans and kick your ass real quick. And that's just, that's just the whole thing. So, and then if you look at every country that's actually had a dictatorship that really like took over the people, they took away their rights to bear arms first. They took away their ability to have firearms first, and then that's Germany did it. Iraq did it. They took away their rights to have guns, and then next thing you know, now you're under control, and they're killing you if you don't do what they tell you to do. That was the whole point of us being able to carry guns. That's the whole point of the Second Amendment is the rights to bear arms against a tyrannical government, not against the protecting yourself in your home or from other people. It's from a tyrannical government. So when you start looking at things and look at the same thing that the Empire did, they just went in, took away people's ability to defend themselves, and then they enslaved everybody. So it's the same basic concept.
All right.
Well,
That's
there's our little political TED Talk.
Our TED Talk, our political TED Talk.
I don't know. I don't care. I just do what you. This is my thing. Do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't messing with me or my family or my friends or anybody like that, I don't care what you do. Do whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you aren't effing with other people, like, let's just worry about yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Worry about yourself.
Everybody do their own thing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Just you do you. Freedom. Golly.
Yep. Alrighty.
Don't hurt other people. All right. Well, love you guys.
Doses.
All right,
that was very sweet of you, Kirsten. I appreciate it.
We're gonna wrap this show up. We will see you guys on Wednesday to talk some Rebels, and do all the stuff you're supposed to do. Follow, subscribe, bell notifications.
Click all shit you're supposed to click.
Just click on shit.
You'll find something you like, I promise.
If you don't like the video, click dislike. I don't give a shit.
Rather not.
Leave a comment. I don't care.
Yeah, y'all don't care. Y'all don't answer the comments. I do all that shit.
Argue with anyone. Give me that comment. I will attack it. No, I'm just kidding.
But we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace and may the force be with you. Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by PicFilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Kim Lanise, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.